back to the Gluten-Free Organic. Today we have a very special recipe. I hope you're having a fabulous day because today we are going to make dairy-free, vegan, and gluten-free butter. If you've ever shopped for butter in the grocery store and you have a dairy intolerance or you happen to be vegan, it's expensive. It's like $5 for a tiny little tub of butter. But we're gonna make it today with just a few dollars worth of ingredients, maybe even less. And it's gonna last, it's gonna taste great, you're gonna know everything that's in it, no preservatives, all natural, and it's good for you. So let's get started. We are going to begin by adding our half cup of soaked raw cashews that were soaked overnight and rinsed very, very well to make sure that we get rid of any of that cashew residue that may come out in our butter. And we're just going to rough these up for a few seconds to kind of get the blending started. This is going to help to create that really smooth, buttery texture. Once this has blended up nicely, we are going to add our 3/4 of a cup of almond milk. This is a batch that I had just made up yesterday. And we also need 2 heaping teaspoons of nutritional yeast. We also have 2 teaspoons of salt. If you're looking for an unsalted version, you can either omit the salt or reduce it down to maybe a ½ teaspoon. We also need to add 4 tablespoons of olive oil, and make sure that it is a quality olive oil. If you use a lesser quality olive oil, you may end up with a bitter olive oil taste. We're also going to add 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. And we also need to add 1 cup of refined coconut oil. When you're using the blender, you don't need to melt it, but if you are going to use a food processor, I do suggest melting the coconut oil first. Once everything is added to the blender, we're then going to mix this up, and we're going to start out slowly. We just need to do on low speed in the beginning, and you can gradually increase to the high speed and give this a good mix until everything is nice and smooth. For the final stage in our butter, I have these little mini loaf pans that I've lined with plastic wrap. You can see that they're seasoned very nicely. You can also use a soap mold or a silicone butter mold, whatever works for you. This is what I had on hand. I didn't see the point in buying anything extra when I'm trying to save money on making butter. So what I'm going to do is measure these out perfectly. When I'm measuring out my butter, I do like to make each stick a ½ cup. Now if you buy butter in the store, it's going to be sold by the ½ cup, which means a lot of recipes go by how many sticks that you're going to be using. This is just for easy measurement when I make cookies, or if I'm making anything that calls for a stick of butter, even if it calls for 4 tablespoons of butter, you know that's a ¼ cup, half of a stick. Once these are all filled up, I'm going to leave them uncovered, sitting just the way that they are, and I'm going to pop these in the fridge, probably, I don't know, about an hour or so for it to harden completely, and then you can just pull the plastic out of the tin, wrap it up, and you have your stick of beautiful homemade vegan butter. So as you can see, there's a little bit left over. This will make 4 sticks, which is what a typical package would consist of, but there's also some more left in the pitcher. What I like to do with this is grab a container and pour the butter in and let it harden most of the way. And once it's almost hard but not quite, you could take out your stand mixer or just use a hand blender or something. And this makes the perfect whipped butter, which is great for buttering toast. It's nice and soft, smooth, pliable, easy to be a spread on whatever it is that you want to use. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this recipe as much as I enjoyed making it. And I also enjoy knowing that I am giving you tools to help you save money at the grocery store. Because that's what it's all about. We all want to be healthy, but we all want to save money in the process. This recipe is super easy, and it's going to work well in just about anything that you would need butter for. Going gluten-free and dairy-free is not about making sacrifice. It's about making the best out of what you're given and living your best life possible. So if you like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe for more future videos. Coming up next, we have the most amazing dairy-free and gluten-free cheesecake. Strawberry cheesecake. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, and as always, stay healthy and be well. God bless.